Welcome to the Dice Box and the Fixers. Now that we're done with probably boring the living shit out of Noms with various rants that I also have on Tumblr, I have a problem. Kind of. I'm actually unrepentant as fuck, but never mind. Welcome to the Dice Box and the Fixers. Anyway, previously are a bunch of immortal, long-lived to various degrees, except for your little bitty wizard yahoos, have been tromping through the Black Forest, trying to deal with the Chosen of Wotan, one Thomas Jensen, or at least that's the name he's going by at the moment. He's apparently got some kind of connection to Rafe, but that's been a little bit difficult to explore, and Rafe frankly doesn't give a shit. I have an intelligence of 6. I know what I'm doing. They did find Thomas Jensen's hunting lodge, which was kind of appalling on a number of levels. But they got some answers, and answers to questions like why does he want to do this. They also managed to kill the being creature thing that was largely controlling all his hunting bands. They took some various owls, some more than others. Wizards are squishy. Can we please remember that wizards are squishy? Actually, everybody in this group is kind of squishy, but Kim doesn't have body armor, so. In any case, they're basically they finished asking questions. They finished looking at this bone devil thing after Suyin kind of hacked its head off, and are now apparently in pursuit of either Thomas Jensen or the Urbear, or both. Well, hopefully not both, because you're kind of hoping they're not both in the same place. You did have some brief information from a passing squirrel before the Bone Devil attacked and you got yeeted into the tree, and you had just finished a long rest, if memory serves me correctly. So you basically wake up as Kim's protective bubble kind of pops over you, and Kim is cooking breakfast. It's campfire breakfast. It's kind of Rafe Army food, except it actually smells good. And they actually have decent supplies and things.
Rafe just kind of, well, he's like, I hear fire. There's cooking. There's usually cooking when camping, but it smells good. What be this? It just gets this real confused look at his face. That's his train of thought. And he just kind of sits up. Oh! I should have known. Morning.
There will be scrambled eggs, bacon, and coffee. It's kind of simple, but
So am I.
I have some bread. If you can fashion yourself a toast holder, there can be toast.
Just looking around for, I don't know, sticks or something.
Oh, it's a forest. There's a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Please peel the bark off it. You're just gonna wind up with bread full of dirt, and it might take away the flavor of. And she pulls out blackberry jam, which you haven't had it's the kind of homemade to the point where it's even got the little gingham scrap over the top. It might interfere with the flavor of this.
Oh, okay. he's so happy at the thought he's sputtering, and he runs off to grabs some sticks and sits down with knife and goes to.
So
congratulations, you fried his brain.
I think all of the potential responses I could make to that are a little bit roadblocked, so I'll just say stop being mean. Everybody gets a turn. And besides, there are some smiles that brighten up a day, and if we're gonna have the kind of day that we're gonna have, that that just plain happy to be here smile is kind of it.
Yeah. Kind of required. And that makes him awesome.
It's also, you will find the more perceptive of you first, but Rafe will notice eventually that y'all are being stared at by at least a dozen squirrels.
Um, I know I made a friend, and I know you talked to said friend, Ketty. What in the hell did you say?
I imagine word travels quickly.
Okay.
How much spare trail mix do we still have?
I've still got a bag at the bottom here. I can spread it for our wildlifey friends.
Thank you.
She does that and is also then summarily bombarded by sparrows. By this point, she's just kind of holding up the back of trail mix and just weighted down by like sparrows.
Ketty casts speak with animals as a ritual, so she's gonna have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, that's 10 minutes of very happily feasting sparrows and squirrels. Somebody please turn the bacon.
Okay. That I can do. I know how to do that. Do you want me to hold that?
No, it's fine. I don't really want to scare them. It's fine.
Right.
He's doing a thing. I don't want to scare them away. I don't think. That's not what he's going to tell them. I didn't think to ask, but I'm here now. And yeah, it's
There is enough food to go around, little ones.
and there's a certain amount of peeping, but we know we're just excited. All of the two legs around here up till now have been really mean.
Yes, and we are going to resolve that shortly.
Sparrows is just kind of going. She's a good perch. Just hopping across the head, the shoulders.
Would you kindly perch elsewhere?
But she's comfy.
There is a great deal that she needs to do so that we can be on our way towards removing what's been plaguing you.
But she.
Rafe just sort of stands there, and makes like tree, and just.
He looks lumpy.
He's been lumped more than a few times over the years. If you please.
Eventually, the bag does empty out. There's a certain amount of sparrows winking a couple of strands of Kim's hair for nests. It's ow, 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 ow. And it's just this chorus of woodland creatures going, "Thank you for breakfast."
Sparrows are rather excitable.
Ow.
Yeah. That seemed obvious.
Why were you talking about Rafe getting lumped?
They said he looks too lumpy to perch on.
They sit on trees. trees are kind of by definition lumpy.
Far be it from me to say how the bird's mind works.
I think you're one of the few people who could if you talk to them long enough, but that's beside the point. I'm going to see to the eggs. Thank you for turning the bacon, by the way, and moving it to a cooler bit of the fire. Ooh. Right, breakfast, and then we have to decide how we're going to go about. I mean, we could look directly for the bear.
Hmm.
I can't track, but I can see where, if their approximate surroundings. But there's must be something of his in that cabin I can go through without setting off my runes, so we could potentially look in on him.
Hmm. He is.
This while she's dishing up breakfast.
We only need to find the bear to safeguard us from him if we found him first.
If well, we need to, yeah, we could find the bear, but there's a risk of us winding up leading him directly to the bear. But then if we look in on him, he might know we're looking in on him. So there's either way.
If we are looking at him and he knows that we're looking at him, he might be worried about what we're doing and try to find us to make us stop looking at him instead of going to hunt for the bear.
It's
Besides, he'd be
possible
he's looking for us anyway because all of a sudden his hunting bands aren't.
Point.
Mhm.
Aren't working anymore because what was running them is now headless.
It's now dumber than me. Um,
Then the swifter path is to find him.
I'll see what I can find in his cabin that might be an adequate focus for that then. I'd recommend one of you, but I'm still a little shaky about exactly what my runes are doing. I know they won't trigger from me. For the rest of you, I couldn't necessarily say I don't think they, but better to be safe.
Indeed.
Here's a question though. Do we know if he's like us?
It seems very likely.
What do we do with him?
I have ideas, but they're injury based, and I honestly don't know what else.
I
What?
have.
it's bad, and I don't know if I should say it. Well, it's not bad for us, but it'd be bad for him. But it would solve a lot of things. When you say if he's he like us, you mean the whole not dying thing, or did you mean stuff we can do, or both?
Both.
Well, God, I really don't want to say this, but they want somebody to poke.
Yes, but they'd probably want somebody to poke who's not going to kill them all if they ever get out.
True.
Also, a control group.
That. It's a dangerous combination.
That's the thing. We don't know if he was born like us or however we're made, activated, or whatever, or he's been granted that ability. If he's If he is going after this Ur-Bear to absorb its power, it's entirely possible that if he is like us, it's not inborn.
Hmm.
Would it be worth trying to ask what gives him his power?
I think the question to ask would be how to take it away.
Well, how do you know it can be taken away unless you know what it is?
True, but
I
it's
figure if it's a part of him, then I suppose we find some way to incapacitate him, at least until we have an opportunity to ask how we kill one of us. But if we ask, but if it turns out to be a thing, we just separate him from the thing.
true. At the very least, restraining him should be within our capabilities.
I have limited amounts of time I can do things, but it gives other people time to figure out something a little less mathematics based, I guess. I don't think you can
Yes.
just keep hitting him. You'll run out of energy. You'll need a
Yeah.
nap.
The injury-based things I was thinking of mostly involve driving a spike into somewhere particularly unnecessary and leaving it there.
He has. That's the thing, though. A spike in some place necessary. If he doesn't care about injury, couldn't he just rip himself off it?
Yeah, that would depend on if said thing keeps him inactive? Like through his head or something?
Well, I mean,
You'd have to puncture very specific parts of the brain to make absolutely sure he's immobile.
and you don't
People have survived with railroad spikes through their brains.
Mm-hmm.
you don't need a whole lot of brain to move.
Yeah, that's mostly why these are me
Because
throwing
she
the idea at a
swats you
wall.
upside the back of the head. Stop it.
Sorry.
There's a point at which the self-deprecating humor becomes worrisome, and we're reaching that point now.
Yes, boss.
Would like to avoid it getting that worrisome too, so
Besides, it takes an awful lot of oomph to actually drive something through even one layer of someone's skull, and that would have to go through the eye, probably. And you'd be less likely to drive it through something that would interfere with the motor cortex if you were going through the eye.
drat. There's gotta be a way to can him that isn't the most extreme, which is give him a pair of lead shoes and dunk him somewhere unpleasant. Off the side of a boat into very deep water.
I mean, honestly, if we're only trying to incapacitate him long enough to figure out how we can permanently end him, I think just a lake would do.
Yeah.
That is an option.
But we each have questions to ask, so if everyone's finished breakfast, I'm going to go and find something belonging to Mr. Jensen and perform my rituals somewhere a little quieter than glances at Suyin, glances at Rafe. You two.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine. I'm getting the hang of you.
That's good to hear.
And we'll leave Ketty to do his own whichever question. Either question would work fine. I know which one I'd ask, but I'm approaching it from a different logic than you are, and yours might be better. I don't know. It's just a thought.
Ketty gets up and stretches and then steps off to the side.
Kim heads back in the direction of the cottage.
Do you need a liquid or something?
I don't think so. I'll scream very loudly if anything happens. I'm still within earshot.
Okay, and I can get there quick. So, okay, just making sure.
And it's not like I can die.
Yeah, but it hurts. But okay.
I believe it was Suyin and Ketty who both said you get used to it. Think about how many times that bone thing mauled me. Okay, Ketty.
Ketty looks up to the treetops and does the thing. And waits for the ravens to arrive on his arms.
Again, assuming as ritual, so we're not burning too much. So, swoop.
How do I kill Thomas Jensen?
Disempower him.
Looks sidelong to the raven.
And it is the look of you asked and then fly away.
Too direct.
You deal with omen birds, you get omens.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna keep having a think and cast Legend Lore. And then he says, Wotan.
The lore is not that much different than Odin up to a certain point. There's a certain divergence of late, but that's the problem. Wotan is Odin, but he isn't Odin. Is a darker and nastier side of Odin. And this guy is not Wotan, he is just the chosen of Wotan. So you're getting shit you knew about your dad, except this isn't quite your dad. This is like your dad's evil clone from the goatee verse, you know?
Star Trek Mirrorverse.
There's a lot of wild hunt and murder, but you know, that again, the implication seems to be that this is because there were and unfortunately still are to an extent some assholes in Germany. And a whole bunch of people in other places who've decided to co-opt Norse symbols as frickin' Nazi nonsense. So yeah, you get all of this, but you're not getting anything about someone chosen by him and what might be granting him his power. Because that's not what
Okay.
you asked.
Yeah. Well, go back to the campfire.
Yeah, Kim is not back yet. So, but she probably had some triangulation and other bits of bullshit to do. So, nothing. No, there's been no screaming, no explosions, and no fire. So they're probably okay. Having seen Kim operate, you know that if something went for her, there would be screaming, explosions, and fire. But you do have him looking probably like he might be kicking himself just a little tiny bit.
Do you need me to go scout something out?
No, but if you'd like, just need another moment to think.
So what did you do exactly?
Sometimes talking it out helps. You know, out loud rather than just in the confines of your own head. Sometimes out of the mouths of babes or idiots. Or both.
I asked how to kill Thomas Jensen and was told that we need to cut off the source of his power.
Funny thing about that, we already had made that understood.
Indeed.
We should have I believe you may have wanted to instead ask, how do you depower him?
Perhaps.
Can you ask again?
No. Not today.
Okay. So we find him, we hold him, and we ask tomorrow.
Yeah, that certainly could work. I'm quite confident we can keep him restrained for a day at the very least.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Assuming that we don't, I don't know, stumble on a matter, or assuming Kim didn't come up with anything either. But, yeah. But, yeah, okay. Sorry. Started having a thought. It went. Pff.
Yeah. Well. Rafe is having a thought, and while it went poof, it possibly went poof because I was rolling for some things off screen, and I rolled in at 1. This is never good. This, in fact, involves I prepared explosive runes this morning, possibly, or something else going rather significantly. Boom!
Crap, and I'm terrassing towards the
Running!
Yeah.
Running in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, what you have is, give me a perception check, all of you. There are some things you all definitely see, but let's see how much you. Ha! Good on you.
4.
Hmm.
Even with perception.
Nat 20.
Yeah. You all see the flaming remnants of the cabin. Some smoldering bits of ground sort of over there where there's like 3 individuals in black, nondescript paramilitary gear. Ketty and Suyin are hearing engines, probably a motorcycle. But it's Suyin who finds, tucked sort of off to one side of various bits of rubble, apparently attempting to hide it, and kind of blood splattered in a fairly significant way. Kim's notebook, tablet, and bag.
What do I see with the paramilitary guys?
Well, they're pretty badly scorched. One of them might still be alive, maybe, kind of. But they kind of got flambéed, like, a lot.
Kitty
I've
goes
no-
up to them.
But they're not wearing any insignia of any military you've ever seen. It's nondescript, non-traceable, possibly corporate army.
Oh, great! The black bag op has gotten here.
Thought we would have more time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Gives them a search.
Well, one of them, as you're frisking, just kind of groans about as much as he can do as you're patting third-degree burns. But they're not carrying anything that might identify them. Their weapons are largely useless. Half the injuries involved things getting so hot that the bullets exploded in their weapons.
Kitty gives them a poke. Where's the girl?
Headed back to HQ, probably.
Well, that seems like all we're getting out of this one.
Was
And I'm
Very
walking over,
foolish.
pulling a pistol.
He's got third-degree burns. A lot of them are on his face. He
Yeah,
cannot
I'm-
actually see what you're doing.
Yeah, no. I'm walking towards him like I'm about to just shoot him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you were trying to intimidate him, he can't see this.
Yeah, no. I'm waiting to see if Ketty is going to stop me from just putting a bullet in the man.
Nope.
Just bang, gone, and then I'm headed over to get the stuff that I found and I spotted earlier.
Wait. Would Rafe have stopped her? Would Rafe have said anything before we go for that? Because if he's clearly going, then she would probably pause. It's not just Ketty she'd be looking at, and Rafe is
Yeah,
kind of hard
so-
to miss when he's going.
So if he's flailing or if he's being obvious about it, then yeah, it's like what?
He only has one setting.
Big. But where's HQ?
6 that figures this out.
Simple. What's he probably to HQ. Okay, well the next simple question is where is HQ?
That's a good thought.
Where's HQ?
Fucking, I really am just gonna have to borrow it. London.
Kitty pauses, looks back. Where's the airfield that you're taking her from?
Okay, that's a little vague even for me because there's the airfield here in Germany or the airfield back in London, and I don't know which one you mean.
He means Germany, where they're departing from.
Are you threatening him or just persuading him?
Persuading him.
Okay, give me a persuasion check and then make me an insight check. He names a nearby military airfield. Does anybody else want to try to make an insight?
Insight check him. 8. I'm still raring to put a bullet in this guy.
14.
Rafe thinks he might be lying. Rafe probably knows a little more about the military air bases, and
That's kind of actually
there is one near here, but it's a little small and well guarded, frankly, for them to just buy their way into. You're not sure? Because it's kind of hard to read his face? Because he barely has one? But
So Rafe Lee is going to get down on his knees next to the guy.
he can't see.
Right. Place both hands on either side of his head and just press into the burns a little bit.
Intimidation check with advantage.
And the question is, where are they leaving Germany from? 17.
Okay. I think weirdly enough, the next thing is going to be a straight intelligence check because you're going to have to try to pick words out of the screaming. So everybody make me an intelligence check.
4. Accidentally had advantage on, but it doesn't really matter. It was the same roll.
I did absolutely identical.
You get something about Stuttgart Airport. Midnight. And yeah, you want to make me an athletics check, Rafe? Yeah, that was a 5 on his constitution. You've hurt badly enough that he's just gone into shock and died.
Well, saves me a bullet,
Um,
and I'm gonna go pick up the stuff. Finally,
sorry, boss.
It's all right.
Of course, you don't know that you got anything coherent out of him. Because you just heard
Yeah.
screaming. You two know. He does not.
Oh, okay.
Did that work?
yeah,
The airport, Stuttgart, at midnight.
Yeah, that tracks. That other base he mentioned is really small and really, really well guarded. That's why I was like, that doesn't smell right. Well, and frankly,
Too many
neither
cops.
does this, actually. I'm going to go wash my hands somewhere, some way, somehow.
There's leaves. That's about all. Look, now that you don't have misprestidigitation, it's what you've got.
Yeah.
Ketty checks his watch.
It is currently. You guys ended your day reasonably. I'm gonna say it's about 9 in the morning.
And how far away is the airport, broadly speaking?
Give me an intelligence check. I mean, you're gonna have to get out of the forest, and that's gonna take a reasonable chunk of day. But it's not too far if you're driving. I would, however, also like you all to make me a wisdom check. Just for some common fucking sense.
11.
5.
Ketty, where are they going to keep her in the meantime? Would it not make sense to, if they expect you to just do the damn job, which, to be fair, you're probably going to do, but they don't know how. They haven't, as far as you know, they haven't had a report on what you've done, because you would have seen Kim giving a report or stepping away to do so, and she has not done that thing. So they don't know that you've managed to remove all of the obstacles in your way. So they probably think, it's a consideration anyhow, that you guys won't be going back to your previous hideout for a couple of days. It's near enough major roads that if they needed to drive her somewhere, and it's enough of a building that they can actually keep her more or less contained. Of course, they don't actually know how much they need to contain her, but that's the other thing.
Ketty gets the aha moment.
Probably while Suyin is going through the bits and pieces Kim managed to stash before whatever happened. And given that perception check, you also find a very sizable tranquilizer dart. The kind of dosage that would put you guys out for a while and would, generally speaking, kill a human being your size.
Why? What? This would knock out an elephant.
And you're you guys. And then goes back to the, but Rafe will notice at least that Ketty has got the ding.
Yeah, boss?
I believe they're at the manor. And that's the only safe house that they likely have in the area. It's
Well,
quiet and isolated.
and we know the layout. We know the
Fortunately for
layout. Oh.
And what Kim has left is she did manage to trace Jensen. And what she was doing while Ketty was asking some ill-worded questions was triangulating geological features to give an approximate area not overly far from where you guys currently are. There are notes to the effect of he looks angry, hunting us more than, and it kind of trails off there. So whatever has happening, he's looking for you, and once Suyin has said this, because I know she will, Ketty's consideration, which is probably brewing anyway, because you'd already had thoughts along this line, that was a lot of noise. In and around his hunting lodge, his stronghold.
We should find cover.
Better yet, we start going towards Safe House and make him think we did this. He'll keep following us and won't be going after the bear. And we'll be able to kill two birds with one stone. Get Kim and get the drop on him. Because
but
he'll be walking right into several traps.
Does I understand that thought, but three competing factors that create quite a bit of unpredictability between ourselves and management's soldiers, and then
Mr. Simple,
Jensen.
innocent bystanders.
Yeah, there's Safe House. There's gonna be people that aren't involved around that nearby, and we don't know what this guy can do. And there's been big booms already. We find cover, take him out now, and then go get Kim.
We do have time.
I mean, we could theoretically stuff him into one of his own chests. Fine, we can do this.
Rafe starts looking for cover.
Yep. So
Okay,
does Ketty.
does just before we do this, just to cover all bases, does Ketty want to have a look at the notes that Kim has made? Because I mean, Suyin hasn't even shared them. She's just been looking at. She looked at this. She looked at the map and kind of waved it around. But there's a notebook and her tablet.
Yes, he does.
Okay. While these two are spreading out, I assume.
Yeah, should I do stealth?
If you like.
Bloop.
Okay. Let's think. What do I ask you to roll for this one? Get your character sheet. Yeah.
Wow.
Arcana check, if you don't mind. Yeah, her notes are a little too mathy, but there's something here. You're just gonna need to sit down, look at, and pray this guy doesn't turn up. But then again, you sitting there casually reading with these two hiding in the background is probably... Does Rafe want to do stealth if he's finding some cover, by the way?
Sees you and sort of poof and was like, right. Well, here goes. It's not his. He was well aware it's not exactly a strong suit. 7.
Yeah, no.
This man is not sneaky.
Nope. He's just he's leaning against a tree.
He's having a minor issue with the concept of object permanence.
Ketty is going to put the notes in the tablets behind a stump or somewhere out of immediate crossfire, and then he's going to wait in the open in front of the house.
He's sensible enough to know that whatever those notes are that he hasn't been able to quite figure out yet, I mean, the modifier is enough to save you a little bit. When she was looking at him, she was trying to figure out what might, just in case, she was trying to figure out on her own what you might need to remove from him to depower him. So if you figure that shit out, you will have a much easier time.
Okay.
So, you tuck everything back behind you, sit there for a minute, and then just, oh, right. Give it another try. There you go. Okay, it would appear part of the reason this kind of weirded you out a little bit is he apparently did what Odin was reputed to have done. The hanging, etc. The thing is that he replaced those bits with, she couldn't figure out what, but they were distinctly unnatural. Effectively, you need to take his eye. I see. Somebody is going to enjoy the living hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and of course you give that little smirk and you look over and there's just Rafe just standing there like, it's like I'm
trying to
Don't
not be
be-
here, but I know I'm still here. But I can't
Well,
figure out how to not be here.
It's more sort of don't be suspicious. Don't
Be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You can. He actually probably starts humming that,
Yeah.
and you should look up at him. It's just
Caddy does a look around the forest to make sure that he's not immediately about to show up.
not that you. Well, okay. Give me a perception check just to be absolutely on the safe side. Not that you can see. There's a lot more squirrel activity in the area, but this is probably a good thing because the squirrels and the sparrows hanging around. If this guy turns up, they're gonna book it, and you're gonna hear it.
Okay, Caddy does a whistle that Suyin should know to kind of not reveal herself, but shake the bushes where she is so he can see her position, so that he can point briefly in that direction and cast message.
I'm going to kick at the branch.
She's
Here.
up somewhere.
This is like a tree branch just
with
wobbling.
with about 3 squirrels just kind of book, book.
Hey,
We need-
friendos.
We need to cut out his eye, Suyin. Whichever.
Yeah, apparent. According to the notes, it will be obvious which one.
Okay.
I have a knife special for that.
Be swift.
You're are you gonna let him know? Because if anybody wants to immobilize this dude,
Any messages? Rafe?
right in the middle of his don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. What? Huh? What?
I need you to hold him down while Suyin and I cut away his power.
Okay. I can do that.
I know you can.
You hope you can.
Yeah.
Man has a goddamn sniper rifle.
Where are we cutting? Or can I do that back? I don't know if I can do that back. Can I do that
You
back?
can reply to this message.
Okay. Okay. Where are we cutting?
But he
Suyin
has
and
to
I.
cast it again.
Okay. Cantrips.
Yeah, cantrip's fine. Good.
Suyin and I will be cutting out his eye. That is the focus.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes.
Crap. Okay. I'm gonna try that again. Gotta go somewhere else and hide.
By all means.
15.
Okay. I don't think that beats Ketty's passive perception. So still sees him, but it's a lot better done this time.
Ketty stays out in the open and waits.
Yep. Can Rafe make me actually can Rafe and Suyin each make me wisdom saving throws?
Nine.
13.
Suyin, you are now a squirrel. Rafe,
boy.
you are currently an emu. So all of a sudden there is an emu.
Looking very confused
Oh,
and
dear.
flailing. Because he starts panicking.
This urge to steal nuts. And I'm just too baffled to move.
You do have one squirrel cozying up to you, by the way. So there's a squirrel fight in that tree that Suyin was in, and it's not a Suyin-sized thing, and there's an emu.
Oh dear.
And this is where we're going to take our break. So I'll see you all in 5 minutes when Ketty potentially gets to have an uninterrupted conversation with the individual who could apparently multi-polymorph. And we're back. Our bard, his emu, and his squirrel.
Not the bard.
Well, you know, you have rogue squirrel and emu monk. Emu monk. I mean, it makes a certain amount of sense. There's kicking involved all the way around the board. So, yeah. So, yeah, Ketty is currently seeing this panicking emu and hearing squirrels hitting each other.
Ketty looks around.
Perception check.
It's a loud emu.
Yeah, it's too much just watching Rafe run around. And a voice comes from relatively well concealed position. Well, now that we've got that bit of bother out of the way, perhaps you and I can have a conversation.
Perhaps you can show your face and we shall.
He was actually stepping out as he
Oh,
said that, but because you were kind of trying to calm Rafe
Okay.
down so you could hear something. Unfortunately, you can't see very much of his face at this point because it's kind of a Strider hood woodsman thing going on. Behind him, similarly robed, somewhat smaller figure. Face is pretty much completely in shadow, given the full-on cloak. All you know is shorter individual.
but
Appears
still,
to be
still
following
human
along.
height.
Approximately, yeah. I mean, not really tiny, no.
Okay.
It's just, this guy is kind of in and around the 6-foot mark. The person with him is kind of 5-6 inches shorter than that.
Okay.
It would have been rather unfortunate to not actually be able to converse, so we made sure that we wouldn't be interrupted.
I did want to speak with you before this ends. little brother.
I would have gone more for cousin, actually, and I'm the older of us.
Hmm. Curious.
Not entirely. Not until you understand what's going on.
I think I do understand how far
Enlighten.
Wotan has fallen these last decades.
That as well, perhaps, but not entirely the reasoning.
Oh?
You know that eventually this immortality you've enjoyed, you know it'll end.
All things end, even the gods.
The immortality doesn't have to. Not if you know what you're doing. I was fortunate. I noticed through a non-fatal wound that I was no longer healing. I took some steps, and I continued to do so. I refuse to give up what I've had simply because some echo has decided that I'm somehow no longer worthy. I was as you. I did all of the supposedly heroic things we were apparently supposed to be doing. What did I have to show for it? A couple of millennia and being tossed away. No. I'm here because through various channels, we share something of a bond. I don't know how much longer you have. I suppose none of us ever truly do. It's depressing. But I can't imagine you have that much longer.
It was foretold that I would see the end of days.
How far away do you think those are?
Well, humanity has advanced, haven't they? We shall see.
They've screwed the pooch is what they've done.
And what do you think we were called? You say that it has no purpose, no reward.
I don't think that this baby steps approach is working anymore. I think we're being used. I think you're being used. You don't have to be. Some of us would prefer to take a more proactive approach. And if whatever grants that immortality decides that that makes us less worthy somehow, then we take what we need. Could do similar.
You're taking things that cannot simply be taken.
I think I've
What?
proven otherwise. Wouldn't you say?
I will admit I underestimated you, but regardless, what the Allfather earned was through his own suffering, and that granted him wisdom. It was not something he pushed onto someone else to avoid the cost.
Ah, little cousin, you have such a poetic view of things. It's amazing that the world hasn't washed that out of you yet. If this planet survives another century, maybe you'll learn, but I doubt it. So, what happens now? I leave you with your new menagerie?
How far away is he?
Okay, well let's do a setup here. Well, we can definitely get rid of her. Okay, so Ian, we're gonna say is kind of over there. You would be kind of there trying to calm Rafe down, and waiting for somebody sufficiently hooded. Load, you son of a bitch. Thank you. Goblins, fuck off. But it's sufficiently hooded, really. In a D&D tile set. Really? Okay, fine. Put him here, and that's where those two are. No, you're not
Huh.
seeing any of that. You're seeing hoods, but meh.
Okay. Okay, and would it cost an action or etc. to do an Arcana check to
Well,
determine?
we're not really in combat rounds yet, so you can do an Arcana check.
Arcana check to determine if he can dispel the polymorph.
You remembering what? Because I'm pretty sure that and you've had some notes and things. You'd have to dispel it around them individually.
Yeah, I was just mainly thinking in terms of it says, basically of the third level, if he knows that whether that would work.
Basically, he's seen Kim dispel magic, but it seems from what she'd done to free the kids, she dispelled it around an item that was making that happen. This doesn't seem to have any item attachment to it, and you don't know which of those two is casting the spell. So you'd only be able to dispel it around either Suyin or Rafe.
Okay.
I mean, you could, obviously, if you have Dispel Magic, you could cast it again, but...
Yeah, I just wanted to double check if he was relatively sure that it would work. Alright. Ketty smiles to the two of them, and then points to Rafe and dispels magic.
Rafe has been running around in circles. Make me a dex save. Your center of gravity has suddenly changed, and you were moving.
16.
You nearly run into a tree. But you managed to use that tree you nearly ran into to catch yourself as you suddenly go from emu to human with the same int score, basically.
Essentially.
And then he inspires Wraith.
Okay, that is your surprise round. So if we're
Yes.
doing this, I would like you all, yes, including the squirrel, to roll initiative.
Squeak!
14.
15. With a 7 mod.
Okay. Shin, you are still a squirrel. Rafe is no longer. To be fair, you haven't noticed any of this because there is this male squirrel who is trying to have his way with you.
And I've been just
But you
kicking his ass.
you've kind of noticed that some shit's happening over there, but you've been buffing. You've been batting at this squirrel that it keeps trying to.
Plus, I have the intelligence of a squirrel because polymorph on like whale shape reduces me down to squirrel brain.
So you notice there's a lot of noise over there, and you should probably be paying attention to it. But you don't want this. You want this
I
to
do
go
not
away.
wish to bone.
You do not.
This is not a nut that appeals.
So yeah, I'm just going to continue trying to kick this squirrel's ass and also escape to ground level.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna roll this for you because I know effectively squirrel stats, but yeah, no, this squirrel is really determined. So you're not getting away to scamper off down the tree, and the worst part is you have further squirrel audience.
just squirrel fight, go.
Yeah, so squirrel fight is happening. That's basically Suyin's turn.
Yup.
Kathy.
Petty, okay, he's in range there.
God, he's just gonna leave Suyin
Mm,
there. I mean, if he's gonna, I'm saying nothing. I'm laughing at the mental image. That's it.
Yeah, that is very fair. Yeah, I guess that he should help Zuyin. He
I
wants to
guess.
Just
Just love the way you said that. So resigned, just like, okay, fine.
So he casts Dispel and then inspires her too.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to do this because you were trying desperately to get to ground level and trying to get away from the squirrel, and you weren't entirely paying attention to your balance, so you fall out of the tree, taking 4 points of fall damage. And there's
Ow.
freaking out squirrels.
Am I prone from the drop?
No. But ow.
I need my knees.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate. Need to land on feet. Oh shit, sticking the landing. But you rolled a nat 20 on the Hand of Fate, so you did land superhero landing. Oh, they really shouldn't do that.
Ah, that was my shins too. Mm. And I'm just punching the ground a couple more times. Ah,
Right.
fuck! And I just devolve into just Chinese swearing.
I'm never sure whether you'd have Cantonese or Mandarin.
Yeah, that's why I thought Cantonese. No, wait, would it be Mandarin? Would it be? Fuck it, just gonna go with
Both.
some.
Both,
Both.
probably.
Just hearing from one to the other and one to the other, just back and
Apparently, Cantonese has the juicier phrases.
yeah. So I'm just flipping from one to the other, every other sentence.
Okay. Well,
You all very much learn how to say son of a box riddled goat fucking dock worker.
Yes.
okay. I don't suppose I can cross the distance. 'Cause it looks.
Think about
5, 10, 15, 20, 20 feet. You have 40 to 50 feet of movement because you're a monk.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
And that's like 30 feet.
Okay.
Darwin would be able to cover that just.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to. Can I get to there?
he is in fact
Okay.
pure Neum.
Then that's going to be the short sword to the. Okay. So if I recall, so look, the bottom one here is the main guy, and the upper one is the shorter one, or vice versa. Okay. Good. Cool. Okay. In that case, short sword to the tall guy.
Okay.
Why did that? Oh, that was weird. Hang on. Let me try that again. Oh, I clicked the wrong spot. I see what I did. Sorry. One sec. 16. Why did that go twice?
It didn't.
Oh,
For
it
me,
blew.
anyway.
It made the noise twice. That's what confused me.
Made the noise. Oh, I think it probably echoed from somebody else's.
Okay.
Yeah, probably you're still getting the same feedback as usual.
Oh, now I'm actually hearing it very loudly though. So I'll try to remember to change headsets before tomorrow.
That misses.
Crap. All right. Well, in that case, I get 2 attacks and then can do bonus actions after that. Okay, so I'm gonna swing in. 20. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to spend a key point and disengage quickly because holy shit.
Where are you going with your disengage?
Well, I want to go as far back away as possible. I don't know how much movement
40, 45.
that would be.
I think. Hang on.
I'm not sure how much I had left.
Well, you moved 30.
Okay.
Your movement speed is
50.
50, so
So like back in that
5,
direction.
10, 15, 20. There.
Okay.
So you see him, bunk, bunk, and back up!
Like, okay, I completely whiffed that, boss. WTF?
Sorry, what was that last bit?
Ethan? Because mine
Oh,
was-
WTF.
Yeah.
He just shouted that at you. His turn. Boss,
Sure,
I
take a
completely
second.
I completely whiffed that. WTF?
Kitty's not as good with the lingo.
Okay. Can Ketty make me a... Actually, no. Can Rafe make me a wisdom save? Or is it a wisdom save?
Nope. With my luck,
Yeah.
nope. I'll try. 4.
And it was a wisdom save, so I was right. Okay, yeah. Hold person.
Okay. Yeah, I'm frozen.
Yeah, it's
Which
like, look,
Which one is casting it?
as far as you can tell, the lead guy.
Okay.
And bonus action, he's just going to stick around. His associate, however, let's have a look. And you can't make a dex save because you're held. Can Ketty please make me a dex saving throw? Do we catch Suyin in this? No.
Oh
Suyin's
my
just out
god.
of range. Okay, yeah. So the entirely hooded figure, oh, this is going to be painful, casts a fireball at 4th level.
Jesus. Base level's bad enough. That's upcast. Oh god. That's at least one extra
For
damage dice.
28. 33 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're still held and made of ow. And Ketty's kind of made of
Crispy.
scorched. Yeah, you're both kind of crispy at this point. Now you know how the bacon in Kim's frying pan felt. And I think that's about everything. Suyin, you've just seen these two get nuked effectively.
Sword, pistol, and I am going in as straight a line towards big guy as I can. So as close to that as I can
5,
manage.
30. Your movement speed is?
Movement speed is 40.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. You can just about get to him. Boink.
And once I'm right about there, going to employ something that will hopefully, given the lack of a language telepathy, wibbly wobbly nonsense stuff, actually work this time. I'm gonna panache at him. Okay, you child murdering fuck biscuit. What in the hell do you actually want? Do you want to fight something that, I don't know, maybe can actually give you a challenge for once?
Give me persuasion check.
18.
Oof.
Damn, I can tell from the eyebrows.
Yep. Well, you know. I am sorry. You must have still been enjoying your little squirrely tryst when I was explaining myself. So, no.
And that's my action. Well, that's that for me. I don't have much else I can do once I blow that. Because it takes up my usual attack pattern.
Ketty.
Kitty runs right up to Thomas Jensen, jabs his palm out at his chest, and curses him Okay, so it says choose the nature of the curse from the following options, but it doesn't list the options very well.
Oh,
What?
I didn't. Yeah, hang on. Let me see. If
Well,
you
they're
look at
listed in there. They're just not very clear.
choose one ability score, disadvantage on ability checks. Keep in mind that does not qualify as attacks or saving throws.
Hmm.
I mean, they do have a disadvantage on attack rolls against you, but okay. So basically you can give them disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with
Yeah,
that
that's what
ability
I thought.
score, or you can give them disadvantage on attack rolls against you, or you can make them make a wisdom saving throw at the start of their turn, and if it fails, they waste the action doing nothing.
Okay, they really should have added the or there for all those. Okay, he's gonna.
Or while the target is cursed, your attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage.
Okay, so he's going to make him have disadvantage on Constitution, and then he has cutting words.
Hang on. Must
Is
succeed
that
on a wisdom saving
Yes.
throw. What's your spell save DC?
17, and then the 1d10 cutting words against
Okay.
that roll.
So you have to roll the d10.
Oof.
Wow.
Well, that reduced him to -5. So, yeah, no, that definitely sticks.
Okay, and that is it.
Hey, Rafe.
Can I attempt a saving throw, or this is not
Yes,
charmed
you
or?
can. You can attempt a saving throw.
And I'm assuming since this is not charmed or frightened, the stillness of mind does not apply.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Wanted to double check. Always better to check.
You're over-explaining
Over-explaining.
again.
Sorry, I got you. Okay. All right, and it is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, it is.
13. I'm going to use the inspiration from earlier, so that's 1d10. Okay, 1 second.
This does use your action, just so
Yes,
that you're
I'm aware. 18, all told.
Just enough. I mean, only just, and most of what you have left is screaming because ow.
Ow. Which reminds me, let me bump that back. What is it? 8, I thought, per?
Something along those lines. Yes. It's actually on the character
It's 1d8.
sheet.
I see it.
Yeah.
That good, huh?
2.
Could be worse.
Yeah, but
Yeah, at least you remembered.
yeah. Well, yeah, you didn't roll yours. Oops.
I was literally double looking through my things right before you said that.
No, you didn't roll yours, but
Next time.
Okay.
and I'm assuming that uses up everything bonus, all of everything. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Again, cool. Awesome. We're good.
Brewy here. I think. Ketty is when you put your hand on his chest, he grabs it And
Mhm.
you should be making me a Constitution saving throw, ironically enough, right about now.
Oh.
Ouch! A 2! Damn!
Oh.
That is a nat 1.
That
Mm-hmm.
the closure of the wounds that you've been feeling, which is mostly a maddening itch, the only reason that you really notice it anymore, because it's been so long, is because it stops. For the moment, you're not healing quite so fast anymore.
Mm.
His version of Bestow Curse is a little different than yours. Gonna stick around for the time. Actually, no, he's not. Bonus action. He's gonna Misty Step to there. Putting individual skirts, touches, and to add insult to injury, you feel the curse you had on him break.
Oh. There goes that plan. Oh, technically, it still might work.
Might it just whatever you're planning is less.
Yep.
You're made of ow right now.
Mhm.
I think we can just actually no. You hear a feminine voice murmur a few words. Weirdly, they seem to be carrying more to you guys than they are to him. And Ketty, you take. Now I need to look this up again. You do take 8 hit points back. You don't know why. Well, to be fair, you're moderately intelligent. You might know why, but you don't know why it was done.
Okay.
So Yin, he should be looking better than he is. Just so you're aware. Ketty should be looking better than he is currently looking. You guys generally heal faster than this.
Son of a goat fucking absolute man slut pistol at big guy
Okay.
just from where I'm standing.
Okay.
Bang.
No. So much no. You hit
Th-
a squirrel.
God. Ugh. Closing distance.
You just hear Rafe shut. Sorry!
Neep, neep, blink.
And one of the 2 butterfly swords. Here we go.
That does hit. Roll damage.
5.
and does maintain concentration on what he's doing to this dude. So hey, bonus action.
Uh, bonus action is only dash, disengage, or hide, and honestly, I'm gonna do better if I'm up in his grill anyway. So I'm gonna stay here and roll my heels.
Yeah, your ow has gone. Because you at least weren't hit with the fucking fireball.
Yep.
Ketty.
Okay, so Keddy's not healing at all.
Ketty's not healing at all beyond that 8 that was bestowed upon him by
Okay.
Hoodie McFireball over there.
Okay. Let's do this. Can I inspire myself?
I think at certain levels of Bard you can. I don't know if you're at that one yet. Hang on. Don't die.
Thinking it's possibly not.
Well, I've seen that it depends on whether you're it depends on whether you're desperately following rules as written, or if you're going for a certain amount of Matt Mercer home brewing, because I know he used to let Sam Riegel do it, but I haven't
Your
been
call.
letting Ethan, so I probably shouldn't be letting you.
Okay, fair enough. He moves here. Grabs at Thomas Jensen again. Casts Contagion. So, melee spell attack. So
Okay.
that would be the +9 and then +4.
So melee attack.
A melee spell attack.
Yep. Basically, it uses your it should use your spellcasting attribute. It's and it is just so yeah, it's effectively your spellcasting modifier, which is int.
It's
No, sorry, charisma. You sorry, I'm not used to having bits and pieces, so
there's a bunch of new components to the Roll20 system, and that's throwing everything off.
kind of, yeah, but okay, so
So the charisma modifier plus proficiency plus the spell attack bonus? Or is that already?
the spell attack bonus is things like
Oh,
your
okay.
proficiency and everything.
Okay. So it's just the d20 plus 9.
No. Given that you're, it's whether you hit, and he manages to wiggle away as you're
Mhm.
reaching out. Bonus action?
Yeah. Hmm. No.
Safe.
All right. He's going to run to there. And instead of swinging at the big guy, swing at the short one. Because that's the one that made him crispy. 26.
Roll damage.
All right. Whoops. That wasn't damage. Sorry. 5.
Okay.
And I'll
Certain
swing
amount
it.
of ow. Well, we'll use your 22. We may as well roll
Okay.
damage.
Okay. Never mind. I won't do what I was gonna, but it's fine. So that's an 8.
There's a certain amount of bleedy. Yeah.
All right, and let's do flurry of blows. So unarmed. 23.
Roll damage.
7, and
Okay.
one more. 20.
Roll damage.
So basically, just Rafe just ran up.
Still standing, but
And that's it, because I used my bonus action to do flurry of blows. So I'll roll my 1d8 real quick.
yeah.
7.
Given that, I mean, yeah, there was fireball, but Ketty did actually get like healed by her. You might want to have a think about this. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Given that you're not healing.
Was the the healing that that was done to Ketty given where Rafe was, would he have even been able to notice that? That's why
Not necessarily. It wasn't
yeah.
a whole lot of it.
Right, and that's what I was operating under. That's why I did that.
No. That I wasn't talking to you. That's why I was
Sorry.
saying Ketty might want to have a think about that.
Oh, so I'm sorry. It wasn't clear you meant Ketty. Not sorry.
I said his name.
I missed it completely. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Words, I do use them from time to time. Okay. Ketty, make me a dex save. Well, that is 6 points of further fire damage. Oh no, wait. He's higher level than that. Never mind. Hang on. No, sorry, I tell a lie. That is 10 points of additional fire damage. As you wind up with a face full of flame. Yep. Bonus action. Going to Misty Step again. Point. Okay. The hooded figure who while apparently bleeding, doesn't seem to have reacted over much to to Rafe stabbing. She glances over at Ketty, ponders for a moment, holds out a hand. Trust me.
Can Kitty get a better look under the hood from close up?
Well, give me an insight check, and we'll see. You can't get a good look under the hood exactly, but something's changed in this one. She's got her own stake in this, and it doesn't seem to be with him at the moment.
Okay.
So, takes his hand, and he is a willing creature. Dimension doored to directly behind him. And you're getting a certain amount of, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She doesn't respond. She just kind of. Suyin, people are blipping.
Just for fucking once, would it kill you to hold still and actually take a goddamn punch? And I'm chasing the guy.
Okay. You are.
I'm gonna get over here so that I can have advantage finally.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna lay into this guy.
Roll damage.
That's that plus sneak attack. Just check what dice that was.
There's betrayed sounding yelling.
And one more attack.
Roll damage.
I'm just gonna keep making cuts in fun places until you stop moving.
Exactly.
I'm
I'm sorry, go ahead. Bonus action.
just gonna stay on him, taking my
Okay.
heal now.
Yes. Actually, that's
Well, I don't even need to. I'm at full.
fuck. Why? Why are you still? Yeah. Yeah. No. That really spiffy damage roll sneak attack thing you made. Nat 20 on the con save for, and then the other one was a natural 16. So, in honor of that, one of the things that that Ketty would have found when he was on the other side of the dimension door portal is that in his hand is a blade rather a lot like the one he had when he was a kid. Old flint knife. It's probably going to be useful. Because while Suyin has tools, some things have to be done by some people.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, although you're not there yet because he's ow, but he's not down yet. So, Ketty, it's your go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Looks to Rafe briefly. Get him. Hold him. And then cast Phantasmal Force to summon their brutes to grab Thomas Jensen, cutting words against his intelligence saving throw.
Take notes, Ethan. Take notes. This is how you fucking bard. Intelligence save.
Yeah, holy shit. So,
And the root-
Jesus
the
Christ, I was
root-
not prepared for this level of bardic nonsense.
And the root. I was. Yeah. Ah, noms. Okay, so
Hell
yes,
no.
they even with a really unfortunate cutting words roll, he rolled another 5. So clearly Odin wants you to have this.
Jesus Christ. You were never allowed to say you're bad at mechanics ever again.
I'm
I
holding
was
you to
gonna
that. one.
blind him with the Wombo combo of those
But-
other 2 spells, but this works too.
Look, look. You tried a thing which, if the dice had been with you, would have been great. And it's something to
This
keep in
works too.
mind. But you got something. When that didn't work, you just went, do something else. Seriously, Ethan, take notes. I'm taking notes. Hell, I play a fucking bard.
But I am.
America, I'm taking notes.
And that's it.
Yeah, Rafe.
Okay, I will run up and I will simply just grab a hold of him as well.
Okay, grapple check with advantage, please.
That's athletics.
Yes.
Okay. 19.
Surprisingly enough, he's squirming too much for you to get a decent hold of him.
I mean, that's.
He is a squirmy, flaily little bugger. And the last time you went, last time
Last time I tried to
Boss
grapple
went,
something, I got spiked.
and the last time Boss went too near me, because now you're seeing he's not healing.
Mm-hmm. That was my action, right?
Yes.
Okay. So bonus action. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do flow. I couldn't grab him. I'm going to do a couple of flurry of blows. Hopefully, I can daze him a little bit.
And
Oh, because I'm
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
you remember what Antheus always says. If you haven't made an attack, you can't do flurry of blows.
Right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
You
Appreciate
can do a single unarmed attack.
it. Okay, then I will do. I will go ahead.
Remember
and,
that's. I think I don't know if you have to spend a key point for that. So
Well,
I do know that
either way,
I do
will.
know. Yeah, I do
And I'll
know
mark
that
one.
that's what he. I do know that that's what he does when. He always laments. Because I didn't make a melee attack, I can't do flurry of blows, and so he said it so many times. It's.
Right.
I swear, half the time I learn how to play these classes from watching you guys.
Okay. In which case, I'll just make a single unarmed attack.
Okay,
24. Oop.
roll damage.
Okay. Except I will do that, but I also want to use Tavern Brawler. If I hit him with an unarmed strike, I can use a bonus action. But this is a bonus action.
Use bonus action.
Okay. Never mind that.
And
Okay.
you should have declared that.
You're
while
right.
you
You're
were
right. You're right.
doing the
Anyway, I'll
thing,
just roll
so-
damage.
So I'll let you have the higher
7.
one because this guy's been kicking your ass so far. Yeah, so it's just a certain amount of. Oh.
And I will roll my die off for my heal real quick.
I have a very slight playing with my toys moment for a sec because this individual does the gesture towards Ketty, so he's pretty sure he's about to have to try to dodge another face full of flame, but the woman you're now getting the definite impression woman in the robe just makes a gesture, and the fire in his hand fizzles out, and he just you can't see much under the hood, but the impression is that if looks could kill, and a stook. And hooded lady gonna turn around Ketty, give him a slight nudge on the shoulder, and that nasty little curse you were under is dispelled. So you're starting to heal again.
That is good.
You have no the hell idea why this person is doing any of this. Given that he's going to have disadvantage, he's also going to step a little way out of there. I mean, he's going to try and take a swing at her, but he's going to miss. And she just steps out of the way, because apparently you guys have this now. So Yin, I mean, you guys have no idea what's happening. This woman just threw a fireball at these two, and now she seems to be helping.
Yeah, over the process of this, I went, okay, gonna focus on the bigger problem, which is gonna likely be him. If the caster becomes relevant, the other two will handle. Oh, casters switch sides, it reads like. Okay, I'll just continue the actual combat operation. So, further short sorting, here we go.
Both
Nat
happen?
20. So first there's that, and then there's doubled sneak attack. Roll. So it's slash roll.
However the fuck many dice it is at this point.
Slash roll a lot.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to type it in. Is it slash roll?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
slash R. Slash R will do as well, I think.
Bop.
That's a kidney. This guy is. I mean, he's patching up, but not anywhere near as fast as she's poking holes in him. So grabbing and holding may not be necessary at this stage.
If I've gotten Blade like into a kidney, I'm gonna lean up and go, I did say I was gonna keep putting this in fun places until you stopped. So do us a favor and just stop. And I'm gonna make my second attack. That's interesting, but still fun.
To be fair, that should not have hit. Why were you rolling damage?
Oh, that should not have hit. Sorry about that. Reflexes button pressing.
I will ignore the damage because this is the first time you've rolled below a 20.
Jesus Christ, yes.
So yeah, he writhes in agony to the point where his other kidney is not where you expected it to be.
Oi, I wanted the other one.
Yeah, Ketty, this if you want to try it without Rafe pinning him, because he's held by Phantasmal. That's the only reason he's still upright at this point. He is bleeding significantly from where one of his kidneys used to be. And if nothing else, he is just fucking astonished at what the fuck this is all about.
Ketty looks up, look upon this, All Father, then goes to grab at his hair with one hand and
Well, you have to
goes for the meaty bits.
Yeah, you have to pull the hood down first, and what you do see is one eye is a simple, unassuming kind of hazel color. It's a pretty unassuming man, really. Brownish hair, brownish hazel eyes, eye. The other one is bright yellow, technically too large for his head, and lizard slit.
He goes right for the eye.
Okay,
I have a clicky bit for a dagger attack.
yeah, roll it with advantage. It's not quite good enough to get the eye completely intact. It is kind of just because it's not supposed to fit in that socket. You can see as you're prying, or feel more to the point, where there's a crack or two in the orbital socket to have made it fit. This is not. You notice before you accidentally puncture it, because it's the only way to get it out. Well, at least to get at the optic nerve. That this was not meant to fit. How they got it in, you have no idea. And while you were talking about, Odin suffered himself, that must have fucking hurt. But once you've done that, it does not require a damage roll. He has had quite enough damage done to him, and that was, in fact, the only thing still keeping him alive. You remember, this seems to happen to people involved with characters what Noms plays. You remember Carter?
Oh no.
That's pretty much what happens there. And what
Huh.
you're left with is fading phantasmal roots and a hooded female individual just standing there going,
Is the eye?
it's squidged. You got a good look at it, but you don't have it anymore. It's basically destroyed.
Okay, so there's nothing to recover and deal with.
Not
Potentially.
with vitreous humor basically leaking all over your hands. No.
Okay. So he takes a cloth and wipes off the knife and sacred flames, that pile of goop, and then steps up to the woman and holds out the knife.
Keep it. It's not mine.
Thank you.
I had reasons.
May I ask your name?
I've had a few, but it's not so much who I am that should concern you. It's who I'm for. I wasn't really for him. I was summoned, in a way, by him, but anyone who had a stronger claim, once I hooked into it, was probably going to command my loyalty a little bit more. It's the hood. And what you get is a woman of Korean descent. So it appears anyway. Except her eyes are not quite human. In them, fires blaze. Really any of you. But if I didn't help you, what I'm for is kind of stuck. So, thank you for getting this done first, I suppose. Freed me from that particularly filthy word in Korean so old that only Ketty understands it. In fact, it doesn't actually have meaning in modern terminology. It's so archaic. Get it done. And in a flash of what appears to be fire, she's just gone.
Can Ketty Arcana check or history
That
check
would be
that?
more of a religion check, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Whoops.
wouldn't even begin to have the foggiest, even though.
It's fine. I'll give you the I'll give you the higher roll. Do switch it back. You don't know the name. I won't give you that much, but you do know that the Korean pantheon has a goddess that is very much basically their goddess of fire is a goddess of the hearth and goddess of everything else that fire gods tend to be for. So on one hand you have warm warm hearth fire and homemaking and the rest of it, and on the other hand you have blaze, destruction, warmth.
Hmm.
So yes, you have the fire that cooks your meals and the fire that melts your face.
Okay, Kitty looks back to the others.
And you do have Rafe just going, I'm lowering the fists now? What just happened?
Yeah, basically.
That resolves this matter. Now we need to find young Kim.
Butterfly sword, pistol goes. Safety on. Back in.
Right, let's go.
Kitty books
Yeah.
it.
And all of a sudden you lose sight of Rafe, who, because he is stupid and running headlong, is probably a good 2 miles before he figures out he's gone in the wrong direction and is now hopelessly lost.
Crap.
Yeah, I'm headed for I'm gonna head for the vehicles that, if or any, are still left nearby.
No vehicles left nearby, unfortunately. The given you were the one with the really good perception check, you did probably see bits that used to be bits of a vehicle, but
Yeah. I figured they'd come in with enough to also leave with, but maybe one that the scorched group had come in had possibly survived. Oh well, it got blown to shit.
yeah, you have Rafe just he's booked it off in entirely the wrong direction.
Kitty casts Speak with Animals and looks for Sparrow.
There's kind of one in a tree, huddling, going, "Can I come out now? Can I come out now? Can I come out now? Can I come out now?"
Rafe has stopped
Wink.
when he realizes he's lost, and he's now just standing there, sort of just turning slowly 360, just over and over and over while all this is going on.
We've ensured the safety of your forest, and I would ask a small favor in return.
Burn anything anymore. I'll do basically what you want.
Could you please just find my very large friend,
The lumpy one?
the lumpy one, and circle around his head a few times and make sure that he follows you and guide him back to us and the direction that we are going.
I'll try. Which direction are you going?
Points in the appropriate direction.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, as Rafe is doing his best satellite tower.
Yeah,
This is the thing. You ran off before you guys even set up anything remotely resembling a plan.
Yep.
So maybe you guys want to stop and formulate a plan. I don't know. But either way, I mean, does Ketty want to stay where they are and formulate a plan before they go anywhere to stop Rafe from doing that, or does he want?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will say he had the sparrow sort of fly up, circle around his head a few times,
And tick, tick, tick. Wisdom not that bad, so has seen Boss do things like this before, because this is not the first time Rafe has gotten lost, and goes, Boss is doing boss things. Okay, I'll follow.
and flies back to and leads you back to where you.
And looking very, very sheepish as he steps back into the space. Sorry, boss.
So they would have had difficulty bringing too many soldiers into the area without causing a scene, but they were certainly well equipped enough to ambush Kim.
And of course, Suyin still has the trank dart.
I knew I should have been lookout.
They also used one of these. And I'm gonna just produce a giant ass dart.
Yes,
This is full of enough to put down an elephant.
That's probably even enough for me.
that is going to be something that we'll have to be mindful of. So, Suyin, you will have to take care to reveal yourself at the last moment after Rafe and I have gained their attention.
If they got more of those, I'm hard to miss.
You also have a sniper rifle. We
Ooh,
park you in one
okay.
place. You make some sort of approach, sorcery or otherwise,
I can certainly cause
and we
a
come in
distraction
from
or
the
two
resulting
myself.
from essentially the oncoming of night. Because by the time we get back there, it's going to be plenty dark out, and night vision or no, they're going to have a time
Hmm.
if we approach this like a few night raids I may or may not have done once upon a when.
Hmm.
Let's just say that mine would have involved a lot more collateral damage, but the striking for effect has also been done, so park
Yeah, can do that.
park yourself somewhere with plenty of view of the building. Anyone in armor gets a bullet where their head used to be.
Yeah, the gun that I got will probably get through what they got, although that's more of a waste of the ammo. But I should still have some that would do the do.
And you
Fest,
get to
when using the hallucinatory terrain spell, it has a 10-minute casting time, but the effects won't appear until the last second, right?
It's
Okay.
not it doesn't sort of, it's not like you're building a terrain map. It's like it would take me time to build a terrain map, but it would only take me a second to put it up on the screen.
Okay. Okay, that is being kept in mind.
But it should also be kept in mind that you're going to have a harder time doing the hallucinatory terrain if they're already standing in it.
Yeah. Absolutely, that wouldn't work if there were. But yeah, anyways, continue, please. Thank you.
further. So once we've got Rafe set up, you just pick a distraction method and start making them fear for their lives. Then I'll make their lives not.
See if you can get Kim if she is if she's conscious. Unbind her and get her.
Yeah, my
able
priority
to
will be getting
aid
her
us.
out before they figure out what exactly they're being subjected to.
Perfect.
We're coming towards the end, so, and you guys are probably going to want more in the way of what the layout of the place looks like if you're going to make any kind of plans, which bits of the building you've already seen, that kind of thing. So give me a week to put you together a manor map, and we'll have our last hurrah next week as you uh, take on the manor with what sounds like it's going to be a very interesting plan. See you tomorrow, guys.